Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except in the summer where my schedule goes all awry. But today, I'm very excited to be checking out the third most popular project on all of Kickstarter, and when I made this video, the first most popular video on game on Kickstarter, that is Deep Regrets, an unfortunate fishing game. A game about reeling progressively more horrifying things out of the depths, managing your madness, and pushing your luck at sea. So I do like the fact that we're mentioning that it's a press your luck style game. We've obviously got the Cthulhu, the cultist ETH type thing where you're digging deeper and deeper. Looking at the main image, all style over substance here. Like, oh, cool, it's a box with your name and a nice green metallic thing. I barely can see any of the meeples. You know, I doubt these octopus tentacles or something I'm buying. It looks all style over substance, which makes me wonder why this is doing so well. Not saying that in a negative way, just saying it's clearly not because people are window shopping and like, oh, I want this one. I'm going to guess maybe it's great marketing. I'm curious to see what their it factor is, so to speak, that they've raised $430,000, which is a huge chunk of cash. As always in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Also, the player like time counted age, because you decided to put this project we love, even though no one cares about that anymore, instead of putting the useful information up there. Let's go. 7,238 backers. I wonder if it's got to have a dang good price. Ooh, we're in for a 4-minute one. Strap in. Oh, we're going deeply thematic. Okay. At least it's well made. Beautiful imagery. I still hate going straight theme. First 30 seconds, and it looks like we're probably going to get it for the first 2 minutes. That's my guess. A little bit of humor. Okay, it hits. I like it. Now we're pushing it. Oh, they get progressively more terrifying. You know, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Typically, I do hate when it's just, we're doing straight theme, no components, no gameplay, no nothing. I don't hate this one. I hate it, but at the same time, I hate it substantially less than all the... Like, if you're going to do it, at least do it well, and I feel like they did it well. I still... Just get to the point.
Deep Regrets.
There we go.
A strategic horror fishing game about reeling...
Gorgeous artwork. Wow, nice looking table presence. That looks good. I like that they box there as well, so it's not like a huge box. Man, I really feel like the price should be on the main image, because I imagine we're going to have ourselves a good price. Even though we do have some interesting dice there, we got a lot of nice looking components.
Disturbing things out of the briny deep. Grab your worms, secure your lifeboat, question your sanity, and push out to sea, taking on interesting roles and rolling interesting dice. If the tide's not in your favour, hope for a lifeline or head back to port to gather your wits. Oh, and you're gonna need...
Okay, so you go back, you get upgrades, place your boat at depth 2 at the start of each. Cool. Once again, looks like definitely selling the artwork here hardcore.
Oh, and you're gonna need your wits with over 100 unique fish haunting this sea.
There it is. 100 unique fish haunting the sea, which is great as a gamer, but it's also great if you like the art, which I think is really something they're going to hold their... hang their hat on here, because it looks like very high-quality art.
Each more unsettling than the last. Survey shadows, consult your angler's guide, and rely on your instincts to decide where you drop your sinker. Once you've got your fish on the line, the real fight begins. Use rods and reels, bait, hell, eat some things you might regret. Whatever helps land that whopper. But watch out, some have a nasty sting, some are tricky to catch, and some whisper the unknowable secrets of the deep into your unwitting ears. So either land the catch or go home with a pitiful dink. Once you've exhausted your resources, haul your creel back to port to mount for massive points multipliers, or sell them to buy new equipment and dice. Then strap your waders back on and set sail once again. Alas, the sea is a harsh mistress. You're going to see some unsettling things. You're going to commit some unspeakable acts. And you're going to regret it. The heavier your regrets become, the deeper you'll slip into madness. Your priorities change and new opportunities emerge. But push too far and you could lose your grip, sacrificing the things you care about most. So find comfort in your friends. Gather a crew of up to 5 tolerable mates for a miserable week at sea.
So immediately I hate the main image even more for not mentioning it goes up to 5 players. Also, if it's solo capable, it makes me hate it even more. If it's a 1 to 5 player count, because that is, chef's kiss, that's a great player count.
Or go it alone.
See, yeah, solo. Yeah, that's why we put it there. Like, you even knew it was like a big deal. You mentioned it in the video. Why not mention it on the marquee? Because it's super important.
Just on an epic expedition to survey and catalogue every fish in the ocean over a campaign of dozens of games.
Ooh, campaign solo game. Yes, please. I'd love to have that in the description. I do think you're using your description well, though, trying to hammer home the theme. But, man, campaign, solo, those are great things to have somewhere on the outside.
Just know that being married to the sea is a toxic relationship. Deep Regrets. An unfortunate fishing game.
Wow. I think they did a really solid job on that video. Especially once we got past all the theme. Like, I feel like they did a great description of the game, and I feel like if you're a fan of theme at the beginning of videos, they did it about as good as you're going to do it. Like, I got the gist. It was good. It had great, like, overall, I think it was a well-done video. I mean, leading off with 1:19 before we get into the components, I don't ever think that's a good idea most of the time. But still, crushing it. And they crushed it starting on day 1, raising $103,000. So they really had their ducks in a row when this thing launched. So do I want it after the video? Yes, I do. It looks like a fun game. And I got to say, kudos to them for that video, because if I just explain this game to you mechanically, I don't think it would go across nearly as well as they did by stretching it out. You know, by having all these thematic pieces and the artwork making it pop. Because mechanically, it's like, oh yeah, you're going to go fishing by, flipping over cards, and they're going to get progressively more difficult as you go down to different levels, and you can upgrade your equipment, and you'd be like, oh, that sounds familiar, but different. But this one, really, they gave it more of a soul with that video. I feel like it was, I'm coming across on it. Launch Boom. So use Launch Boom, and I imagine they're going to say glowing things about it if they launch to 100K on the first day. Originally from the States, I'm now based in Scotland. That's why you see a mix of American, British, English. In addition to already successfully funding delivering 2 board game Kickstarters, I'll be positioned, blah, 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 still things, cool stuff. Awesome. So they've done 2 games before. No collaborators here, which makes me a little bit concerned about the customer service. But Hideous Abomination and Hideous Abomination, the second edition. All right, so let's make sure people got their things. I'm guessing they got their things, at least on the first edition for sure, if there was a second edition. Hello from 2024. My 10-year-old is now utterly obsessed with this game. One of the worst Kickstarters for me so far. Game is much cheaper in retail. Are you on the correct Kickstarter page? I've actually had to raise prices in real childs. You got it for 15 here. It's now cost 20. I'll DM you. I understand what made Kickstarter so bad so I can improve it. Wow, that's nice. I can't wait for the last weekend in May. So they're in here. They're doing great customer service. Cool. I'm in. Can you do it? Yes. Big thumbs up, and it looks like they really did it big this time, too, if you look at these numbers here. Because this one, $64,000 and launching to $100,000. Did they use Launch Boom the first time? No, they used Jalop. Oh, gag me with a spoon. God, I hate Jalop. Sick. Sick to my stomach. Oh, the game is called Deep Regrets. I thought this was going to be a different kind of video. Oh, yeah. We'll get that one once I get older. Once people start dying off, then I'll start talking about some Deep Regrets. Fully funded in just 13 minutes. No one cares. The most unsettling fishing board game ever created. So it's 40 pounds, approximately $50, and 46 euros. Great job converting the currencies. 50 bucks. That box doesn't scream $50 to me, but you sold me well enough on the components in the video once we got past that first 1:19 of theme that I say, okay, it's Kickstarter reasonable. I still don't love the price, and I know you even tried to turn the thing on the side to maybe emphasize that it's a little bit thicker, but it's still, it doesn't feel like a great price. It doesn't feel like a terrible price. Kickstarter reasonable. What is Deep Regret? Damn, that artwork is nice. Deep Regret is a strategic, got it. Deep Regret seems like, oh, it'll have plenty to leave you hooked. I certainly am. Wow, god-awful. God-awful quote. No, never mind. Sorry. I misread it. Deep Regret seems like it'll have plenty to leave you hooked. I certainly am. So it's okay. So the quote pretty much says, hey, it looks like that it has a lot of guest stuff that you like. I like it. That's the quote. I'd love to know more about why. Like, I think that's more speaking to, like, the variability, the variety, how each game's going to be different. Maybe stretch that thought out a little bit more. Once again, I don't put it on Matt. I put it on Judson, because he's the one who ended up putting it there. C Bishop, not actually clergy. Stranger Days, even Stranger Seas. We got a bunch of stuff that's not game stuff. Cool. How do you play Deep Regrets? Cool. Ooh, launching with that how to play. I love it. And I like to take a little credit for this. I feel like segments like this have pushed the industry standard forward on saying you need to have a how to play video. You should have a how to play video. This was 25. It's a really lengthy one, but this is what, 20 minutes without solo, but it's there. It's great, front and center. I still want a rule booklet, which hopefully not clickable there, but hopefully I'll see it later. But great start. How to play fishing. Cool, great looking graphics. They look nice. Sell fish, do stuff. Got it. Flip it over for regret because it's Cthulhu solo. Ooh, / co-op. What? So there's a co-op mode which potentially has campaign. I don't feel like that was mentioned well enough. Once again, that's one of those buzzwords that I feel like should be, not you. Get out of here, Jalop Project. I hate you. Yeah, I feel like that's something that should be in here. Solo, cooperative, and you can do solo just by saying 1 to 5 players, but you put co-op, competitive, campaign, stuff like that. I know you really want to just pound your chest about your theme, but you got a fishing game with Cthulhu, okay? It's not like, yeah, you got the artwork to sell. It's come on. All right, did they use the back of the rule booklet well? I'm gonna guess so. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's a beautiful back of the rule booklet. Different words, icon reference. Beautiful. Looks like a solid rule booklet. Looks like an enjoyable rule booklet to go through. Lots of pictures, illustrations, example. Gorgeous rule booklet. I'm going to go a third of a point grade bump up for that rule booklet right there. I don't care what anyone has to say. That is a nice looking rule booklet. Deep Regrets is a blast. This is a game you could happily teach to your non-gamer friends and have a great time with it. Now that, rock solid quote saying it's a gateway game. Cool. Now I know. Which is great. What's the time length on it? Because I don't know that. You still haven't told me that. That's one of those things that's on the side of nearly every single box that comes out nowadays, and yet somehow 13 minutes in, I still don't know. Is this 45 minutes? I'm guessing it's 30 to 45. Once again, this would be great information to know and for you to tell me. Now we also have a component list as well. I don't know why we do this thing where we put the component list away from the price. It's annoying. Especially considering, I imagine your components are going to help me be more convinced to give you $50. 50, but especially if I didn't see the video and I didn't see these fancy dice and the fancy meeples. Yeah, that all looks good. Double-sided fish coin. Looks very deluxeified. $50. 170 unique fish. So not only am I feeling the price because of how much artwork there is, I'm feeling the price because of the components that you showcased. So looking good. English and German. Wow. Good for you. Kudos. It's delight. A dark push your luck. Heartbeats under lashings of goofy builds and combos, as well as stacks of all that beautiful art. Wonderful. So I do love the fact they finally mentioned combos. I feel like that's one thing that hasn't really been mentioned too well. Combos, presumably with the different items that you can get on your fisherman, like that, or fishy lady. Art, yeah, we get it. It's nice. Plastics. This isn't one of the horrors in the sea. Okay, we're biodegradable, whatever, cool. Stretch goals. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it because we don't want to. We already got it deluxeified. Why Kickstarter? This is a slime Kickstarter. No stretch goals, no bundles, just the game is intended, ready for support. Against the better financial advice, we've chosen not to create massive all-of-them bundles for mood blows and focus on you getting blah, blah, blah. Pat yourself on the back a little harder. No one freaking cares. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of people who care. They're like, this is the way Kickstarter should be. But at the end of the day, it's 6 in one dozen and a half in the other hand or some crap like that. You got a poster? $18. Are you kidding me? 594 millimeters. That's not impressive, I don't think. Oh, no, it's 23 inches. Okay, it is a big one. I thought this was a small poster. I'm not good at converting vids. Okay, so that's a pretty big poster. I do the inches, because once again, majority of people backing this are going to be from the United States of America. Ding, 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 3,657. So yeah, also tell us inches, because We don't know this. Most Americans don't know it's 25.4 millimeters to an inch. The only reason I do is because it's on this Post-it note right there. Hand-inked original fish artwork, great. Love it. Easy way to make some extra money along the way. Hideous Abominations and Expansions, the Jalopka. Yep, but you are selling it. Ooh, Heirloom Edition. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why isn't that... Okay, so why isn't that mentioned as a pledge level? If you want me to take it, why don't you sell me on it? I know it's a crazy idea. So U.S. shipping didn't convert the currencies here. It's annoying, once again, considering you realize the majority of people, the United States of America, do us a solid there. So it's like $65 for this game. Man, that is a hard sell. That is a really hard sell. I think you bumped me out of Kickstarter reasonable for the size of this box, honestly. It feels like not a good price. It feels like something that I could totally get after the fact. Yeah, I'm not in on the price. And I imagine that's probably just because they're paying themselves a reasonable rate for their artwork. But that's not Kickstarter industry standard, unfortunately. You're up against a bunch of people who don't do that. And now I'm like, yeah, $60-something for that small box. Now I'm like, how many cards was it? And now I see maybe why they did separate the components away from the price, because I seriously believe that is a tactic that a lot of companies use when they don't want you to think too much about the price next to the components. Because, yeah, what do we got? We got 157 cards, 60 mini cards. 100, yeah, at that point now the price doesn't feel good at all. Oh, you can't hear me. That's a problem. Whoa, hello. It shows me there. Oh, yeah, I think it's just you. Because it shows popping up there. Yeah, that price doesn't feel good. Yeah, that third of a point grade bump up I had earlier for the rule booklet, strike it from the record. It's gone. This price sucks. I hate it. Overview, nobody cares. Preview, and I'm not, and this is by no means an insult to these people. If I saw a Bowers Game Corner preview up here, I would say nobody cares as well, because it's just, it is what it is. We all know the hierarchy for most people. Previews at the bottom. Playthroughs are actually useful. Reviews, rare. But I'd say more useful depending on who's giving it, you know? Sometimes the reviews feel like previews. It is what it is. It's hard not to sometimes. About me, the things, the stuff about you, Launch Boot, Backer Kit, Watts. Ooh, Watts Game Manufacturing. Glad to see no jalop there. Good. I can't wait till they eventually are no longer in the board game sphere, or until they hire someone to actually know what the hell they're doing in the board game sphere. All right, so $52. Yeah, it's like $67 for that. It doesn't feel like a good price. And then this one, no one's taking it. Wow, I wonder why no one's taking this $3,794 box. First and foremost, it's a $3,794 box. Secondly, you haven't told us anything useful about it on the story. And you mentioned here, oh, check update 3 from July 9th. How about you take the information from update 3, July 9th, and I know this is a mind-blowing idea, but maybe we put it in your story. We put it with the other pledges that you hopefully potentially want me to buy. It's so odd. Like, I understand not having the retailer tailor. Wow, 63 retailers. Good for you. That's a heck of a price. But this one, nobody's taking it. Oh, and you had the early bird. Oh, and this is where it was $49, which then brings it up to $60. So $21.77 in like the first 48 hours. It's still $48.05. So yeah, whew, you love how you're pounding your chest. We're not doing any of those shenanigans with stretch goals and whatnot. But then they got like an early bird. It's like, oh yeah, we're doing those shenanigans, but not these other shenanigans. We'll waggle our finger at those people. Like, get off your high horse. Shut up. Okay, so. What am I doing here? I think we're done. I think we're done with the page. Yeah. So we did have the rule booklet. Look great. Let's check out the FAQ updates, comments, give this one a grade. I'm new to Kickstarter. How does this work? Probably not many people, I don't imagine. 282. That is a nice number, though. So what do we got? Looking reasonable. London coming in big. Awesome. All right, FAQ looks solid. Updates, comments. Let's give this one a grade. Oh, yeah, I do want to know more about this box. This $3,000 box. Where's update 3? Canadian Fulfillment Update plus Heirloom Tier Edition. This is from 2 days ago. So in 2 days, nobody's bought it. Canadian Fulfillment Center added. Cool. Lowering the shipping price. Biodamp Edinburgh collaboration. Here's a wild thing. I'm adding a very exclusive new tier to the campaign. They'll go live on Thursday at 10 a.m. There'll only be 3 of these. Oh, that's because it just went live. So mark your calendars if you're interested. We're trying to bamboozle 3 people out of $18,000 grand total. Sorry, I call a spade like a spade, but if you are paying $3,700 plus the $1,250 shipping on top, because so bring us up to $3,800. You're getting bamboozled. I don't care what you say. $3,800 for a box. Told you game. That's stupid. It's just stupid. Unless this was made, like, no, this is just stupid. There's no, I can't even quantify it. I don't care how high quality the box is. It's $3,800. No way. Dumb. And I'm glad the market's like, no. Get out of here with that stupid crap. Slapping it back in the face. Granted, they've only been slapping it back in the face for the last 3.5 hours. Hopefully it stays strong. And I should root against Kickstarters, but when you're trying to sell a 30... You know what? I shouldn't say that. I feel like I should say I should not root against Kickstarters, but if you were running a Kickstarter and you were trying to sell gamers a $3,800 box, I am rooting against you. Unless it benefits me, and then I'll probably root for it. But for everybody else, I'm rooting against it because that's stupid. That's stupid, and it opens the door for other people. Like, maybe I should have a $3,800 box. Or you know what? Maybe I won't be so expensive, and I'll go with a $2,500 box. It's like there's a $6,000 chair on backer kit right now. And it's like, Jesus Christ, get out of here with this ridiculousness. That's just, when does it stop? I'm so very excited for this game. It's got creepy stuff with a cute fishy layer to it. Like me, Crew with a cute fishy layer. So he's in here churning. Good stuff. For the artist in wood box, what will be the approximate dimensions inside and out? Yeah, I feel like that probably should have been in the update. If you're going to try and sell me a $3,800 box, I'd like all the info. I'm in the Board Game Geek Facebook grade. Some people were mentioning this. The name stuck me, so I had to dig. This sounds fantastic. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan. Cool. In here. Churning. Looks good. Overall grade. Do I want it? Yes, I do. Once we get past the first minute 20 of the video, which once again, I think as far as, shoving theme down people's throat, they did a well-made job of it. I still don't think, I'd still like, whatever. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. Looks like you do great customer service. Looks like awesome customer service. Building brand loyalty. You drop jalop, which is way to go. Even though I will say, this main one, there's still like some jalopy things on here. It's like, really? You don't just have like a formal pledge area? Well, no, I guess they do, but then, I don't know. I just want to take more time to bash jalop. So moving on. Can you do it? Yes. Then how much is it? Not good. Doesn't feel like a good price at all. Feels like totally the kind of thing that you can get after the fact, especially now that they have 7,243 backers. You got to think they're at a bare minimum going to make a 10,000 print run of this. Potentially, they might go big buckso here and go 15,000, 20,000. They might completely bet on themselves because once you get to this range where you're making this many games, holy guacamole, your prices on games goes down so drastically. 2000's like that sweet spot where it's like, okay, now we're starting to see the good prices, and then everything else on top of that is just icing on the freaking cake. So kudos to them. Now, granted, I imagine they put a lot of money into this pre-launch, which they're going to have to pay back, but still, it all goes against I feel like I could probably just wait until after this Kickstarter and get this thing for way cheaper than $70. Was it $70? 60 something? Yeah, it was like $65, which once again, that's MSRP for a $60 game, but this doesn't look like a $60 game. This doesn't feel like a $60 game, and I know you tried to with your nice artwork, your fancy components, and hiding your components away for your price, but no, I'm seeing through it. It's like 200 cards roughly. It's got some wooden meeples, some fancy dice. No, it doesn't feel like a $65 game. No thank you. I don't want to see stuff like this size box. It's just anytime you try and tell me this size box is a $60+ game, I'm like, not great. I'm not interested at all. I don't know why. The video is pretty good. The video got me. Final grade for this one. That main image I still think sucks, but they went style over substance, and the style worked. Style worked. $431,000. Style over substance in the video too. Substance is once we get past a minute 19 and we get all those really good shots explaining how the game works, which did go on a bit long, but they really explain the nuances of the game, showcase the artwork, showcase the components, made the price seem like a more palatable thing. They launched with the early bird. Overall, I'm going to go with a B+. I think it's a B+. I go with a begrudging B+. I personally don't like a lot of what they're doing. I think they're bad. It's bad for the industry. Like, especially that $3,000 box where it's just like, get bent. I legitimately hope that no one buys those boxes. and I shouldn't say that. That's a stupid thing for me to say as a content creator, but just as someone who's a Kickstarter enthusiast, I think it sets a bad precedent when there's $3,800 wooden boxes. Call me nuts. Call me old-fashioned. So I'm giving Deep Regrets a begrudging B+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Deep Regrets of unfortunately fishing a game. And also, if you let me know in the comments below, did the first minute 19 hit for you as well? I'm not a fan of theme in the first minute, like just straight up theme, but I feel like they did it pretty well and it was very nicely made. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.